By agreeing to mediate the ceasefire and subsequent negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians, Turkey has assumed the lead in resolving the crisis in Gaza, which is among the most complex conflicts in the world. Leading this endeavor is President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who wants to highlight Turkey's role as a global actor. Using Turkey as an example, he is facilitating a grain export arrangement between Russia and Ukraine. Among the world's countries with diplomatic links to the organization that has controlled Gaza since 2007, Turkey stands out. Turkey is able to maintain contact with Hamas via this link, which is essential for successful mediation. But there's a new turn to the story. Turkey's favorable relationship with Hamas offers them leverage to encourage the organization to enter discussions. Just now, Turkey has made a tremendous announcement and warned Israel about something very important. To set the stage for today's film, which will explore Turkey's recent and upcoming activities, we ask that you please do us a favor now. If you enjoyed POLİTHİNK Sense, please subscribe and hit the like button. To cut to the chase, I say we do it now. The conflict between Israel and Palestine dates back to the turn of the 20th century, and despite several efforts to resolve the conflict, ongoing difficulties persist. Now, in reaction to this rising violence, the U.S. has implemented a new policy of visa limitation. Its target is everyone whose actions threaten the safety of the West Bank. All of these new developments show how important it is to end this war now. Turkey and Israel's relationship has been somewhat strained in recent years due to Erdogan's vocal criticism of Israel's conduct. Still, a shift might be on the horizon. The Turkish government seems to be moving away from passive criticism and toward active participation. Initiating peace discussions between Israel and Palestine may need a number of steps, one of which is the proposal to hold a peace conference. To attempt to find a solution to this complicated and long-standing problem is an enormous step forward. In response to recent comments by Israel on the pursuit of Hamas officials in Turkey, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan minced no words. In a stern warning, President Obama has warned that Israel will suffer irreparable repercussions if it continues down this path. On the subject of intelligence and security, he highlighted Turkey's recent progress. Rem wants everyone to remember that Turkey has been a player in the international arena for quite some time. The spark that ignited the whole thing was Israeli Prime Minister Ronan Bar's threat to seize Hamas leaders, in Turkey or anywhere else. Israel was quickly warned by Turkish intelligence of the dire consequences that may result from an illegal operation in Turkey. The United States' statements over the fundraising efforts of Hamas in Turkey ratcheted up tensions. Even if there had been some improvement in ties between Turkey and Israel, U.S. Department of Treasury official Brian Nelson was worried about Turkey's involvement in helping Hamas get financial assistance during his recent visit to Istanbul. When Erdogan began to condemn Israel for the humanitarian tragedy in Gaza, his stance changed. The delicate reunion between Erdogan and Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, preceded this. The issue is still quite tense, and despite increasing international condemnation, Turkey has maintained its position on Hamas. After the Israel-Hamas conflict, Recep Erdogan has made it quite apparent that the Palestinian people, and not the government, will decide what happens in Gaza. Regarding the proposed post-war buffer zone in Gaza, Turkey categorically condemns it, stating that it is an affront to the Palestinian people. Speaking out against the buffer zone concept was Erdogan's way of showing his disdain for the Palestinian people. This is not something that Turkey is willing to discuss or debate. Erdogan also demanded that Israel withdraw its forces from the occupied southeasterly settlements and the lands there, as well as expel the settlers, he described. A future without conflict between Israel and the Palestinians was something he emphasized. When Israel's military activities in Gaza were strongly condemned by Turkey, it followed suit with this critique. Although it differs with certain NATO partners and Arab governments, Turkey has always backed a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine issue and has harbored Hamas members without labeling them as a violent organization. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has called Israel the West's spoiled child and said that the situation in Gaza is due to the West's unfaltering backing for Israel. Obama has been a steadfast ally of the Palestinian people, championing their right to return to their homeland. Turkey sought a diplomatic resolution before the dispute flared up again on October 7th, although attempts to repair relations preceded the resumption of hostilities due to this posture. Relationships are suffering again. Netanyahu is allegedly being used for personal political benefit by the Erdogan office before the war. Protests against Netanyahu's judicial reforms and charges of corruption put him in a difficult position with the Israeli people. Erdogan is sad that the humanitarian halt has ended since he was hoped for a lasting truce. Despite the favorable tone, he likens the events to a war crime, citing the large number of Palestinian casualties, primarily children and women. In recent weeks, Turkey has increased its humanitarian help to Gaza by sending ships and aircraft, and it has even evacuated sick children and cancer patients from Palestine. These days, Erdogan stresses how important it is for East Jerusalem to be the capital of a Palestinian state that is both independent and sovereign. Together with other regional nations, Turkey is prepared to shoulder the burden, drawing on the Guaran ship model that it has previously suggested. The recent emergency meeting of the Arab League and the Organization for Islamic Cooperation in Riyadh was lauded by him, as it demonstrated a strong worldwide solidarity with the Palestinian people. Following up on the choices made at that meeting is something Erdogan is very concerned about. There have been no strong measures taken against Israel by Turkey so far. Maintaining commerce and communication channels is important, but negotiations with Turkish intelligence are being jeopardized due to tensions caused by the Israeli intelligence organization. It was really Turkish intelligence that spearheaded the 2020 initiative to normalize relations between the two nations. According to a statement sent to the media by the Turkish intelligence organization MIT, they are fully capable of preventing any such assaults. Some have speculated that Turkey was exposed to a NAB spy in the last year. Turkish authorities are attempting to eavesdrop on Palestinians by Israeli intelligence agents. In an effort to mediate the resolution of this crisis, Erdogan has been taking the initiative since it began. Ankara is prepared to conduct a major international conference to examine this concept of a guarantee system to handle a crisis, he said on Tuesday. Also, in accordance with international law, they support a two-state solution using the boundaries of 1967. The relationship between Israel and Turkey improved last year when the two countries exchanged ambassadors, capping off years of cooperation on intelligence and security issues. International participation is crucial as the war enters a new, unpredictable phase. The hosting of a peace conference by Turkey has the potential to be a game-changer, providing a platform for individuals to discuss their differences and maybe lay the groundwork for genuine peace discussions. However, let's face it, the path to peace is fraught with obstacles. To get it off, all parties must be genuine, dedicated, and prepared to make difficult decisions. Everybody is waiting for Israel and Palestine to accept Turkey's offer and commit to finding a peaceful solution. The world is watching Turkey's leadership closely. In this protracted dispute, the mediator is wishing for a resolution. Your opinion is highly valued by us. We really appreciate your feedback, so please don't be shy. Comment below with your comments. Stay tuned for more videos on global events, particularly those involving economics and geopolitics. We hope to see you in the next one.